Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Trinity. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. Today I have a mic with me and I'm going to be talking about my lock journey, answering some questions, and giving you guys some photos and videos for reference. I did a lock journey video about a year ago, and I just have a lot of updates, a lot of things that I've learned about my hair. I have a couple of questions that I see a lot in my comments, so I'll be answering those towards the end, so make sure you stay to the end. My story is basically a story full of transformations, changes, me embracing the beauty of patience, and just having that overall confidence with my hair, you know what I mean? So diving into the very beginning, I had a little afro, just like every other baby, you know. I had a little afro, and just recently I found out what my hair texture was, and it's in between 3C and 4A. I recently washed my hair and I just really compared pictures of like my curl pattern to see exactly where it falls, which category it falls into, and I got the conclusion of 3C, 4A. My mom, she was growing her locks around the time I was born, and even before that, I think it was like a couple months before I was born, she started her locks. And I'm not sure how she came to that conclusion of just, you know, starting it, because I know her hair story. She did a lot with her hair and she experimented a lot too. So, and I feel like a lot of my viewers are also in that phase where they just want to try something new. They don't really want to keep up with the maintenance of just going to the hair salon, spending $500, $600 on wigs and lace fronts and all that stuff. And I feel like maybe she was in that phase. I'm not sure, but I will ask her. But growing up, she asked me if I wanted locks, and I was like, no, at a point in time, because every girl at my school, they had braids, they had twists, they had their hair braided up, and obviously, like, being that young of an age, I was in kindergarten, I believe, and being that young, you're just easily influenced, so naturally, I just wanted my hair like everybody else's. And then one day, I just came to my mom and she locked my hair, and yeah, we started off with the coil method. Sadly, I don't have any photos of my hair when it was in the starter lock phase, because I don't know. We were just kind of living in the moment during that time, like the early 2000s, just living in the moment, just vibing, going outside. You know how it is. I don't know if it was coming out or if I just didn't leave it alone, but I eventually went to her hairstylist, and she just, kept them. She started styling them, and I still go to the same hairstylist now when I want to get my hair done. I want to get my hair dyed sometimes. She taught me a couple of things, and I'm able to teach you guys on like how to do 2-strand twists, how to do different styles and stuff like that. So that's really where my lock journey begins. It was more of a connection kind of thing. Like, I didn't see it at first when I was younger, but my mom starting my locks, it just makes me feel like I'm always with her, even though like she lives with me and stuff. But it's my mom. She's starting my hair, and I still have locks to this day, and it's been a really long time. It's been about 14-15 years now, and it's really been a beautiful experience. Me going to school, like, everybody wasn't always that nice, and people would just make fun of my hair, and I feel like, looking back, kids are just naturally like mean. Nobody had locks during that time, and everybody was calling them dreads and dreadlocks and just attaching them to a negative connotation, which was really hard. Like, I was really young, and there was a point in time where I just wanted to cut them off. I wanted to start over. I wanted to shave like half of my head, but of course my parents didn't let me. They always reassured me, and they said that my locks were beautiful, and I'm the only person in school with locks. Everybody has braids and has to get their hair done every 2 weeks. Me, I'm just chilling for real. There were a lot of moments where I just doubted myself in that journey, so I can relate to you guys when you guys say, oh, you look like a little boy, and you guys don't feel like yourselves, and you guys don't feel as girly. Like, I get that. You gotta understand that you started your locks for a reason, and you just gotta remember why you started your locks, what your goal is, and just know that you're gonna get there. You know what I mean? And just being that young, I'm not really thinking about those things. I'm not thinking about goals. I'm not thinking about my hair being longer. I'm just vibing. Like, I'm just in the cut with my twin. We be vibing. I just had to learn how to just bypass it, learn how to just ignore the noise. There was a point in time where I combed out my hair. I combed out the front of my hair because I just didn't want to hear what anybody had to say anymore. I just wanted to be like everybody else, and I wanted to be normal, because locks were such a big deal. Like, it was just like, oh my gosh, you're so different, like, ew, and you have like doing your hair or something. I don't know, but you know, kids would just make up a lot of things, and being so heavily influenced during that time, it really just took a toll on me. I combed out the 2 front rows of my hair, and I had like a little afro thing going on. I lost out a lot of hair doing that, just combing it for hours. Like, when you're young, you just have a lot of time, like on the weekends. So I just took that time to just comb, and I already knew how to braid just from like, you know, my dolls and stuff like that. So what I would do is when I had to go out, I would just braid the front into my locks in some creative style, and it looked kind of crazy, but maybe it's a style now, maybe it's a little trend now. But I attached my mom's locks to my locks at the time, so I can just have like lock extensions in the front, just so that it can look nice, you know, just so that I can look presentable and not have these braids looking crazy going into my locks, you know. From that point, I started, you know, experimenting with my locks. I started dyeing my hair. My mom allowed me to dye my hair, so girl, it was over. Okay, it was literally over. I dyed my hair blue and purple. I don't have a lot of pictures from that time because I didn't really have a phone for that long, and my hair was really, really long. I dyed the ends purple and blue, which turned into like a greenish, which was nice, but I wanted to change as well. Like, going into my sophomore year, I decided to just cut my hair into like a bob by myself. Like, I washed it, I got prepared. I was like, you know what, I don't want this long hair anymore, and I want a bob. So I went ahead and cut my hair into a bob. Why did I do that? Because I was just experimenting. Hair will grow back, and obviously it did. So yeah, that was back in 2019. I haven't cut my hair since then. And then I eventually cut all the blue out. I was just like, because the blue, like, I still had, with the bob, I still had some blue in there, and I just ended up cutting all the blue and the purple out. I didn't want it anymore. And I know hair is going to grow back. I'm super young, so it's like, what do I really have to lose? I'm just cutting my hair. I feel like in that point in time where I just cut all the blue out, I just started to really embrace my locks during that time, because, you know, I feel really comfortable with my hair. I don't really want to cut it anymore. I just want to leave it as is. I want to curl it. I want to do a whole bunch of other stuff to it, try new styles and stuff. And I went ahead and went for it. I started like styling my hair in 2 buns. I started really like retwisting my hair. I started using these pipe cleaners, like these colorful pipe cleaners. Nobody was doing that at the time. I thought that was pretty unique. I was going from blue to purple to ginger to red, doing all types of colors. I did ginger and red at a point, which was pretty cool. I didn't see anybody doing that either. So that's when I feel like I really embraced my locks, and I really started my self-expression, you know. Like, I started figuring out what I liked. I like doing things that nobody's done with their hair. I like being creative with my hair in terms of dyes and styles and stuff like that. I did a red earlier this year, because that's one color that I haven't really done. Like, I did a copper before, but I never did like a bright red, and I honestly didn't want to do a red at first, because I thought that the red was too loud and I didn't want to draw a lot of attention to my hair. But I ended up doing it anyway, just because, and it was actually pretty fun. But with all this dyeing, I didn't realize how detrimental it was to my hair. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I have 3C4A hair, and just all that bleaching and all that dyeing and that consistent dyeing, because, you know, you got to dye like every month or every 2 months if you don't want your roots to be shown, and it just takes a lot of maintenance, you know. So without keeping that in mind, I really just damaged my hair, and I had to, when I went back to black, I just repaired my hair, went to my hairstylist, I repaired my hair, reattached some of the locks that were just thinning and fell off or broke off, or I just took off. You guys should never, like, if your locks are thinning, do not break them off. It's just like, no, don't do it. I went through all these vibrant colors, and it was honestly a great experience for me. Like, I'm not done, I'm just taking a break. Just having my hair go back to its healthy state. But I'm gonna try probably wax dye or something like that, something that's just less permanent. I'm not sure. But, you know, there's still some styles and still some hair dyes that I want to try, and still some colors that I want to try. But, you know, I have time, and I can do it without damaging my hair, you know? I'm just taking my time with it. I realized the importance of, you know, excessive dyeing, and at the end of the day, I see my hair as my crown. My hair is something that I take a lot of pride in, because, not because I do videos, it's just that, you know, just starting my hair journey and what I've gone through in order to get to this point of confidence and this point of being unapologetically me when it comes to myself and my hair. I think that there's still a lot to learn, there's still a lot to do, and I don't plan on finishing yet. My locks are now long and healthy. They're all the way down to my lower back area, which is really, really exciting. And I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm probably gonna trim my hair or something, but I think I'm gonna keep it this way. They're currently I went to Puerto Rico a couple of months ago, and I had just dyed my hair black around that time, so my hair got sun bleached and it was really nice. And I think sun bleaching is actually really cool too, just the way that your hair changes colors in the sun. I think that's really, really beautiful. My hair is like a blackish brownish now, and brown is actually like a dark brown is my natural hair color, so now it's like a little light brown and stuff, and I'm able to do more now that my hair is longer, and I could do styles like this. I just did a 3-strand and a 2-strand, and it looks cute. You know what I mean? It looks cute. I'm really grateful for this journey, as it taught me just patience, self-expression, going through challenges, just a lot of lessons, not to really listen to anybody else, because who cares at the end of the day? Like, it's your hair. Rock it with confidence. You got this. Like, you got this. We good. Some advice for anybody who's starting their lock journey: just embrace it, and be confident from jump, because I don't know if you're an easily influenced person or if you're not, but confidence goes a long way, and patience goes a long way. I'm still working on my patience, but in terms of hair, girl, in terms of hair, you need to have patience, because at the end of the day, it is a journey. And I do say this in a lot of my lock videos, when I'm explaining just a story about my locks or talking about my locks in general. It is an experience, it is a journey, and it's something for you to go through and something for you to learn about yourself, So I'm really excited for you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm going to get into the frequently asked questions now, and yeah, I hope my lock journey inspires all of you. And if you have any more questions, you could just drop them down in the comments. I'll be happy to respond. I love comments. So yeah, let's get into the FAQs. First question is, how many locks do you have? I currently have 56, 57, because I'm combining one. But a quick story time, I used to have 58, and I wanted to prove a point back in school. So remember when I said that people thought that my hair was so different? Nobody thought that I could cut my hair, I guess because it was too thick or something. So I ended up cutting it off, and then I was at 57. So now that I'm combining one, it's 56 now. The next question is, what gels do you use? I currently use this Shine Jam. It's for braiders, but it works for me too. I also use this lock-in gel when I want a really, really strong hold. I mean, I always want a strong hold, but sometimes I just like to take a break because my hair just likes to adjust to gels and then stops working. And I also use this orange one. It is the Shine Jam conditioning gel, the Supreme Hold. And I use these 3 different gels because they do 3 different things for me. So this one just really when I want to do a quick style, or when I want to slick my hair back, I will use this one. I'll use this if I'm really doing a retwist for a show or a photo shoot or something like that. And I'll use this one for regular style stuff like this, just to make things look nice. So yeah, those are my gels that I use. As far as moisturizing, I use the Buttercream Daily Moisturizer with shea butter and vitamin E from Tejan, black owned brand, so we love that. And I also use this Rasta Lock locking gel. Locking gel is way different from moisturizer, because locking gel is just a little bit thinner in terms of texture. How long have I had my locks? I've had my locks for about 14 to 15 years now. It's been a minute. So yeah. And does lock count matter? I feel like lock count matters. When it comes to how big your head is, because you don't want to have 2 locks on one side. You don't want to have 20 locks if you have a big head. So, it depends on your hair texture. It depends on how big your head is and what looks nice to you and your preference. So I think those go together. They go together real bad. So that's something to consider. And just the size of your locks as well. If you want your locks thick, then maybe you should have 20, 30. If you want them thinner, maybe you should aim to 40, 50. It just depends. And the last question is, how do I maintain my frizz? I use these 2 moisturizers to maintain my frizz, as well as this mousse right here. and it really just keeps it down for the day or a couple of hours. I also sweat a lot, so sometimes I may have to reapply or have like a little supply in my bag or in my locker at work or something, just to make it cute. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this video and listening to my story. I hope you guys really resonated with this, and I'll see you guys soon. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and get groovy, girl. Well, I think there are guys watching this too, so don't be offended when I call you girl, okay? It's just like I feel comfortable, so take it or leave it, okay? Bye.